Okay, hi everyone, it's Miss Phillips here and I am lead practitioner of English at Shuttleworth College. I'm going to be spending the next few minutes talking to you about your English literature subjects in terms of what that looks like, the kind of text that we'll study, the exams that you will sit, how that prepares you for further education, and what careers can be associated with skills that you develop when studying English literature. So I'm sure you are aware, but for English, you actually get two separate qualifications. The first one is English literature, and the second one is English language, and it will be Mrs. Turner who's going to be speaking to you about the language element. So if you want to look at the yellow side of the table, these are the texts that you will cover as part of your literature exams. So in year 10, you will study A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. In year 9, you will study an Inspector Calls. Now, the reason why we do an Inspector Calls in year 9 is we use that as sort of a bridging text. That means it's an opportunity to expose you to GCSE style literature and learning. It gives you a taste of some of the content, and it means you can start to prepare for some of those skills that you will build on when you move on to year 10 and you are starting your GCSEs. We'll also study Macbeth by William Shakespeare, Unseen Poetry, and Poetry Anthology, Love and Relationships. So as you can see, there is quite a lot of content for English literature, and I think sometimes students find that a little bit overwhelming. Now, in terms of how we teach this, please don't worry, because it's a case of, in year 10, you will study the majority of these texts here. So you will be familiar with the content, the themes, the plot, and the characters, and then you will have that basic understanding. Now, in year 11, we use that as a revision year, and the idea is that we will go back and we will revisit these texts, but the aim is that we see the texts and we study them as a construct, and that means that we look at how they've been put together by the writer and we build on that prior knowledge, and year 11 is much more focused on developing and mastering those skills that we touch on in year 10, and understanding how to apply them to exam and essay approaches. So although it does seem that there is a lot of content, we structure our curriculum so that you are introduced to it in year 10, we revise it, we recap it constantly in our 5-a-day do now activities at the start of lessons, and then we do revise it in year 11, focusing on mastery and exam approaches. Okay, so that is the content. I'll just talk you through some extra information. So what will I study? We've talked about that. How will I be assessed? Now, for English literature and language, the qualifications are 100% exam. So that means there is no coursework that you will do usually in other subjects. It just means that you will sit an exam on each of those elements that I've discussed at the end of year 11. So it does require lots of discipline on your part in terms of revision and doing the outside work, the homework that you set, and being prepared for those. How will this subject help me to progress to college, sixth form and university? So to be able to successfully study English literature at A level, you should be aiming for at least a grade 6. At A level, a grade C or above will help you to gain access to a variety of university courses. So English literature is what is referred to as a facilitating subject. That means that lots of universities actually prefer it as a qualification because it provides you with a good foundation for studying lots of other subjects. It's sort of like a springboard. So English literature, as well as language, is excellent for developing communication, those analytical skills, those higher order thinking skills that can be applied to lots of different subjects. And I'm sure that if you go on to study A levels in university, a lot of subjects that students have got degrees in, for example, maths or science, they might have done English literature at A level because it does give those building blocks and that foundation to all of the necessary skills that you will need in the workplace. So what kind of careers could I follow with this subject? And again, it's a wide range of career choices. So it's not just a case that you have to go off and be an English literature teacher or you need to go and work in a library. It's more about the skills that are transferable. And again, the main being communication, effective writing, professional writing, analysing, inference, synthesising, all of those skills can be transferred to lots of different careers. So it's definitely a subject that can lend itself well to progressing on to lots of different aspects and different routes when you leave in year 11.